All right, we're back again looking at another project here, trying to eliminate a cranking issue I have. When I say cranking issue, I mean when I start the engine, the starter's really struggling to get past the compression. So I've gone through most of the system. I've checked the starter as best I could. I had the brushes and bearings replaced, checked all the solenoids, all the connections, and just trying to eliminate resistance in the system. So right now I'm in the battery box, and I'm going to replace the ground cable and possibly the battery cable as well, going to the solenoid. I don't know if you could see that, but anyways, this battery box is it's due for a cleanup and overhaul. So yeah, let's get to it. So it's held in place by these Hylock style fasteners, which have an Allen hex head in them, and they had a nut on them, and I don't know if you can see there's some down there, lock nuts. So kind of a pain to remove them, but I want to get this thing out, clean it up, maybe repaint it and make a new cable like this one right here, but instead of a braid I'll use some nice Tefcell that I have. All right, got the battery box out, looking around under here. Definitely needs some cleanup. Pulling that cable out right now. Almost there we go. So, yeah. Definitely some corrosion on there. It's kind of dirty, not too bad. Either way, that's coming out. That's gonna get cleaned up. And I got some cable here. Some new connectors. So yeah, let's do it. All right, so here's the battery box. It definitely looks better now that I cleaned it up and reinstalled that tube, which broke off, and yeah. All right, so making pretty good progress here. Got the battery compartment looking pretty good. Got a new starter on the shelf, so gonna install that once I'm done with all this. Probably do a test before I put the new starter in, just to see if any of this made a difference. Mainly just the grounding strap. That might have been the only real culprit, but honestly I think it's just negligible. So anyways, getting ready for Oshkosh. Pretty excited, got a few weeks left, almost done with all this stuff. Let's get back to work. Getting ready to fire it up, see how this starter does with the new battery cables. Made sure all the connections are clean and tight, and gonna compare it to the new starter once I put it in. So clear. Well, it wasn't terrible. I think partly because it's so hot. The oil's already warmed up. It's not like in the winter time when it's, 40, 50 degrees and it can barely turn the engine. So either way, I got the new starter. I'm gonna put it on and see what happens. All right, so here's the old starter. Got to move some stuff out of the way and just deal with a little bit of, some harnessing, some hoses, some wires. Yeah, this thing should be out in no time. pretty nice. This thing was probably overhauled 2005 when the engine was overhauled, and I know I've had the brushes replaced since then, but as far as the windings inside, I have no idea how old they are. So I don't see any issues inside. No reason to not install this thing. So yeah, let's put it in, see if I have time to test this thing out today. Make sure that it's clocked the same as the old one. So those are the mounting holes right there. The wire lugs in the same place, so that looks good. Let me see if that keyway lines up with the other one. All right, try that again. The keyway wasn't lining up, and I was kind of pushing against my cabin air door, so I wanted to close that. All right, it's in there. I got to get some new lock washers, and I don't know. I'm thinking about making a new starter cable, seeing how I've got all the materials. So yeah, let me do it. So I've got another idea while I'm in here. A few months ago, I added this ground cable, which goes, I don't know if you can see it, it's covered in that spiral wrap stuff, but anyways, it's basically number 4 wire. There we go, with a lug on it that goes to the firewall where the solenoid is, and that just mounts right here to that lug. I already took the hardware off. I think I'm going to reroute that. And now that I have the opportunity, I'm just going to go straight to the starter right there. But that lug is too small, so I got to crimp on a bigger lug that'll fit on the stud. So that's what I'm going to do. This is no fun to do when it's outside of the airplane. Sure, somebody's going to tell me there's a tool for this. So these are the bad boys that I'll be using. And squeeze. And crimp. Alright, good crimp. Alright, the starter is torqued down. I got the new ground cable attached to the lug. Now I just need to make a new power cable. I'm going to get rid of this old one and use a new piece of wire. It's going to go something like that. So I got the terminals right there. I got the number 4 wire, and let's get to it. Making cables is so much easier when it's outside of the airplane. All right, new starter cable's done. Going to replace the factory one. All right, here it is, the new starter cable, the new starter, ground going to the starter. All the old hardware's put back. All I gotta do is put this hose back on there, put the top cowl on, test it out. Everything's done. Starter's in. All the tasks complete. Time to test it out. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna crank it up. First, I'm just gonna turn it over to see how it does without firing, and then I'll fire it up. Clear. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, what a difference. I don't even know what to say. That is crazy. Did you see that? It's like, it just like spins like it should, I guess. Man, wow, that feels good. I'm so happy it worked, and I don't have to deal with that starting issue anymore. Woo!